Loop News understands that family members of Desreen Morris, who died controversially in police custody earlier this year, have now received the private pathologist's report into the death, and some questions have arisen about the police's account of the incident. Morris, 54, was reportedly found dead inside the holding area at the Halfway Tree police station in St. Andrew on March 2. It was theorized and reported that she hung herself with pieces of her clothing. Morris was taken into custody at her home in the corporate area on a bench warrant on the morning of March 1 and had reportedly been taken to night court before she died. As a matter of policy, the family members have declined to release the results of the private pathologist's findings until a report from the government's pathologists is made public, but there have been indications from sources that the findings of the private post-mortem report are not consistent with what the police reported on the matter. Distraught family members say what is now holding them back from speaking in detail about what was found by the private pathologist is the release of the government autopsy report. The post-mortem was done on April 6. As a matter of procedure, a private pathologist was present, and since that time, the private pathologist has completed a report, but there is still no word from the government pathologist, said a relative. The latest development has caused renewed levels of concern for the family of the deceased. First, the authorities wanted to carry out the autopsy without a private pathologist being present, then when we objected, they rescheduled and did not want to tell us the new date for the autopsy, said the relative. After weeks of waiting, the date was finally set, the autopsy was completed since the time, and the private pathologist has completed his report, but we are still to hear from the government pathologist. This has again left a lot of questions swirling around in the heads of family members, the relative added. Meanwhile, checks with the legal representatives from Jamaicans for Justice and officials from the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, have indicated that the attention of both organizations is still glued to the incident, and they are also waiting on the report from the government pathologist.